You fall asleep telling yourself, tomorrow I'll start. Tomorrow I'll eat better. Tomorrow I'll have that conversation. Tomorrow I'll finally sit down and do what I've been putting off. And the frustrating part, you're not completely lying to yourself. You genuinely want to. You genuinely understand. But in the morning, you live as if yesterday's resolution never happened. This might be the most common experience of adult life, and the most painful, precisely because you know. You know exactly what needs to happen, and still, this isn't about character, it's about a gap. The gap between knowing and doing. And that gap has specific causes. Not weakness, not laziness. A mechanism. One you can understand and work with differently. Here's an example. Someone decides 10 times they're going to take care of their body. They buy running shoes, download an app, set an alarm. And every time, within a week, they're back where they started. Not because they didn't know how to run, but because inside, they were still the person who isn't into fitness, won't stick with it, has already failed too many times. The behavior changed, the person didn't. First, you're changing behavior, not yourself. Most attempts to change something look the same. I'm going to do X, exercise, eat better, spend more time with the kids, be more honest. These are behavioral goals. They work for a few days, while willpower holds. Then they run out. And the person thinks, I failed again. I must be weak. But it's not about willpower. People don't sustain things that contradict their inner image of themselves. You can force yourself to run for a week. You can say the right things for a month. But if you still see yourself as someone who isn't like that, who always quits, who can't pull this off, behavior will drift back to the old version. Not because you're weak, because you stayed the same person inside. Change doesn't start with action. It starts with a question. Who am I becoming? Not what will I do, but who will I be? I'm someone who takes care of my body. That's a different starting point than I need to start running. It's a different self-image. And only from that image does behavior grow that actually sticks. Second, you're not afraid of failure, you're afraid of who you'll become. That sounds strange, but if you're honest about it, it's a truth that's hard to admit. Change always involves loss. If you lose weight, you can't hide behind your body anymore. If you start earning more, you can't blame everything on circumstances. If you start being honest, some relationships might not survive it. If you get stronger, some people will stop seeing you as someone easy to manage. That's a real price, and the psyche feels it. Not always in words, sometimes just as resistance, avoidance, tiredness showing up exactly when you need to take a step. Sometimes a new life isn't frightening because it's worse. It's frightening because it will require you to stop being the person everyone already knows how to understand. Third, you've been overloaded. You open your phone, and it hits you all at once. Fix your sleep, build your body, learn a language, keep up with technology, earn more, be a good parent, deal with your past, build relationships, rest properly. And at some point, you don't start. Not because you don't care, but because there are too many open tabs, and you don't know which one to close first. A brain under overload does what an overloaded computer does. It freezes. That's not laziness. It's a protective response to an impossible choice. One person with one change, the one that matters right now, has incomparably better odds than someone who, starting Monday, wants to be a completely different person in every way at once. Fourth, staying the same has its own benefits, not in a bad sense, and not because you consciously want to suffer. Often you don't even see this benefit, but the psyche does. If you're exhausted, people feel sorry for you. If you don't try, you can't fail. If you're still in the same place, you don't have to answer an uncomfortable question. So why didn't it work out? The old way hurts, but it's familiar. The new way might be better, but it's unknown. And the brain almost always chooses familiar. worth seeing clearly, without judgment, but honestly. Looking even deeper, the question of change isn't just about effectiveness. It's about responsibility for what's been entrusted to you. What am I doing with what I've been given? With the body, the time, the gift, the relationships, the voice that's been saying from inside, it's time. Sometimes not changing isn't just staying comfortable. It's slowly burying what was entrusted to you. What to do with this? Not look for more knowledge. You already have the knowledge. First, choose one change, not 10. One, the one that actually matters right now. Second, make the next step so small it doesn't scare you. Not start running, just walk out the door and get to the corner. Not change the relationship, just say one thing today that you've been holding back. Third, tie it to the image of the person you're becoming. Not, I need to exercise, but I'm someone who takes care of their body. Not, I need to be more honest, but I'm someone who doesn't live in quiet dishonesty. Not, I need to start, but I'm someone who takes a small step, even without perfect motivation. That's a different foundation, and it holds longer. You're not broken, but the old version of you has gotten very good at surviving, and right now it's resisting, not because it wants to destroy your life, but because it's afraid to lose what's familiar. That's why change doesn't start with forcing yourself. It starts with an honest question. Who am I becoming if today I actually take that small step? Not to prove something to anyone, but to stop betraying what I already know. If one of those 4 points sounds like you, just write the number in the comments. No explanation needed. Sometimes that's enough.